Knock this in, 31 pickup right here. Smart, smart. Don't think about our offense. Guard for me, all right? Here we go, 1, 2, 3.
Inside Notre Dame Basketball with Mike Bray is brought to you by Team Notre Dame members Adidas, Gatorade, McDonald's, Coca-Cola, Sprint, and Xerox. Inside Notre Dame Basketball is also sponsored by Bank of America, Xfinity from Comcast, Mazda, Meyer, Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, Sirius XM Satellite Radio, and UPS.
Smith up the floor. Smith over the midcourt stripe. Smith out by the Purcell Pavilion logo. Smith deep three is no good. Rebound Bohannon out of bounds, and it's over. It's over in the longest regular season game in the history of the Big East Conference. Notre Dame has defeated Louisville 104-101 in not one, not two, not three, not four, but 5 overtimes.
A truly magical night at Purcell Pavilion. Welcome, Irish fans, to this week's edition of Inside Notre Dame Basketball with Mike Bray. I'm Jack Nolan, joined as always by the head coach of the Fighting Irish. In all your years playing and coaching basketball, have you ever been part of a game like that?
First of all, I've got goosebumps just watching that call and watching that finish. I've never been part of anything like that in 30 years of coaching. What an epic, memorable, magical night. So proud of my team.
And of course, with 5 overtimes, we have so many highlights to show you. So we're going to go right to our break. And when we come back, we'll have all the highlights of Notre Dame's historic win over Louisville, including coaches' pregame and postgame speeches.
The world was recently shocked to discover a primitive society.
They may not appear so different, but these people are still using outdated satellite TV. They've never lived in a world with Xfinity on demand. Never known what it's like to catch up on the latest shows anytime, on any device, and they have no idea what they're missing out on. Wait, are they signaling us? Nope, just adjusting their dishes. They do that a lot.
Don't settle for outdated satellite. Xfinity, the future of awesome.
Well, I have been quietly standing in the shade all of my days, and I've been trying to find
unlimited phone, unlimited data, unlimited life. The Galaxy S3 Unlimited Edition with truly unlimited data from Sprint.
He is suffering from flu-like symptoms.
We had to help him into the locker room. It may be a believer. Not in luck or fate.
You can see how exhausted Michael Jordan
but in
is.
the will to win. You win from within.
Classic performance by Michael Jordan.
So I'm really going to need your cover now. Did I just change that outside for you? Window or aisle?
Right.
Yes, sir? Excuse me. Can I help you?
Yeah, is this
the restroom? Oh, it's right behind you. If you just turn right there.
Virgin America knows it's better for Xerox to manage their call centers, so they can focus on making flying cool again. With Xerox, you're ready for real business.
Think about it, man. It's 15 rounds, and when you're in those huddles, you keep reminding each other whether it's a run by us or a run by them. 15, baby. It's going 15. Nobody gets out of our building if it's 15 rounds, all right? Nobody gets out standing up. All right, here we go. Let's go. Have fun, man. Have fun. Pick each other up, all right? 1, 2, 3, together. Let's go.
You knew with 4 of the previous 5 games of Louisville going into overtime that this is going to be a battle.
It's unbelievable, the rivalry we have with them right now, and just 2 teams always going at it. And what a great game the other night, because both groups, kids on both teams making big plays. And you know, really the game started for us right about now, because we weren't very good, and Jaron wasn't very good until this started, with his one-man put my team on my back and find a way to get us to overtime. He gets his first 3-point shot, This one's over Jang, which is, you know, he's shooting fadeaways. But Jaron is a guy that makes tough shots with people draped on him. So this isn't completely luck. You know, a fadeaway there over a shorter guy. Now all of a sudden you're going, oh, wait a minute. And when the free throw's missed right here, the karma changes in the building completely. And none other than Jaron, who wants the ball. He does a great job here of reading this. Instead of taking a three, he's going to the hole. And we luck out because they try and take a charge. Now we got a chance to tie this thing, and to be where we were a minute ago, and now to tie it and defend to go to overtime, you're just thrilled. Our crowd was fabulous right here. Big-time defensive stop. We get a deflection. We're down on the floor for a loose ball. Going to overtime was a major victory after all the things we've been through. And wait about it. Pat Connaughton was just flat out fabulous. 14 rebounds for us. Here in the first overtime, we're down 3 again. We seem to be down in every overtime. Pat with a drive, he gets banged and gets to the free throw line. We're down 2 here. Great drive and dish. Zach August gives us super minutes off the bench. Plays 36 minutes coming off the bench. Tie score here, and there's his 5th foul. You know, now we lose Grant in the first overtime. So Cooley's down, Grant's down. We'll live with that. You know, a long 3 at the end of overtime. We dodge a bullet there. I thought we defended well out of our zone. Good extra pass. Pat with a drive right here. We really moved the ball. Garrick Sherman to the rescue. Off the bench in the overtimes, 17 points. Flat out fabulous. How about this big shot? To tie it again by our freshman. To just say we are going to keep playing till we get a win, and we defend again at the end of the second overtime to escape. We continually defended at the end of overtimes. How about the pivots here? That's a calm, poised point guard right there, pivoting until he gets an open lane. Ball screened by Zach. We throw it into the post against their zone, and here it is, the Garrick Sherman. Great to have him back. We've missed him, and I loved his energy and his scoring here. How about this move? How about the poise? This is the one thing he can do. He is good with the ball, and he's got a great left hand. So now we've got the lead in overtime. Garrick again. Love his poise here. Backing him down, a little bit of a flop. That's a no call. We score it to take the lead. We were going to Garrick Sherman down the stretch. Tough shot here. How about this one? Put back by Garrick Sherman. Just putting on a clinic, but he came in there and he was fresh. You know, great catch by Zach because that was going out of bounds. We get it up on the rim. Our big guys are pounding away on the board, and Sherm tips that thing in. Tie score. Here we are in the 5th overtime. Bohannon was a pro. He is unbelievable. How about this move right here? A lefty jump hook. He gets 30 on us. He was very hard to guard. We're down 3 again in an overtime. Zach with a great drive off of Pat Connaughton to cut it to 1. We keep hanging. How about Garrick's confidence? Get out of the way, Zach. I got my lefty jump hook. For us to take the lead right there with 2.5 to go. Pat Connaughton with a good drive and kick. Eric Atkins with a runner right here. Big time play. Eric playing 60 minutes. I don't know how he did it physically, but he did it. How about that move? He's completely fatigued for us to go up 2. We got Connaughton on the line with a chance to put it up to a 4-point game. Now, it's, you know, we're defending down 3. We switch everything there. We defend that last one, and just an amazing night. Our students were great. Our fans were great. You got to storm the court after something like that. Again, Jack, I've never been part of anything like that, neither of our players, and I think it gives us confidence the rest of the way.
There are your final stats from UND.com. The closeness of the 2 team stats reflects the closeness of the game. Every Irish player who got in the game contributed, but you've already kind of said this. Grant, Connaughton, Beachside, Sherman, Atkins all deserve special recognition.
Just huge. And what was so neat about that game was guys that were in there to win it for us really haven't played together a whole lot. Just something to build on. Really proud of our team, but man, did we need some rest after that one.
Here's a look at Coach Bray's locker room speech following Notre Dame's incredible win.
We had fun doing it, man. We had fun doing it, and different guys stepping forward to help us. I mean, just unbelievable. You know, Sherm, I'm so proud of you. You know, we go away from you for a while. You come in there and give us stuff. Zach's giving us stuff. Austin's in there. Everybody was part of it. Great win for us against a hell of a team.
bacon, onion.
Yeah, it's tremendous.
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 Say hello to McDonald's new CBO. Smooth cheddar, crispy bacon, grilled onions on the Angus 3rd Pounder or premium chicken sandwiches. CBO, the simple joy of tremendous.
Yeah.
For an incredible world, you need an improbable vehicle. So we engineered the new Mazda CX-9 to be both spacious and agile. We designed it to be utilitarian, yet stylish. And we made the CX-9 sophisticated, but kept it within reach. The improbable is now possible. Introducing the Mazda CX-9. Reimagined for 2013. We build Mazdas. What do you drive?
At Meijer, folks are surprised at the brands they find at such low prices, like Sarah, who recently discovered the joy of cooking in her own place, or the Andersons, who are taking their recent health kick to a new level, or Maria, whose passion for baking has outgrown her hand mixer, and Tom, whose technology advisor just convinced him to upgrade. With so many great brands at low Meijer prices, everyone can save on the things they want. Experience the savings, experience the difference. Meijer.
It's incredible to know that our team could do. I mean, Coach Bray's been preaching that was a boxing match. That's what he said. This was going to be about. Everyone had boxing gloves actually hanging on their seats, and before the game started, and there couldn't be any more fitting to describe how that game went as boxing. That was an incredible match.
Where did your boxing motivational theme come from?
You know, I got a DVD from Mike Lee's manager back in Chicago, the Miami Notre Dame football game, and he said, you may want to use this one. It sat on my desk, and I said, I think we need to crank it up, and maybe it was prophetic, because we certainly played 15 rounds.
Now, one of the greatest games in Notre Dame history did not start out that way. In fact, the Irish struggled for long stretches of the contest, but that all changed in the final minute of regulation.
You know, it's tough. It wasn't getting the looks I wanted. I didn't really get the ball at the end of the game, but when that last minute came, and I hit that first shot, it was just like, I don't want my team to lose.
After Jaren hit all those shots, I think everyone felt like we weren't going to lose that game. I think he gave us the lift that we needed.
I think we made an extremely bold statement for our team, and that's what we're looking to do. I mean, we lose one to Syracuse. You can say the shots didn't go down, but we still wanted to play with more toughness, That's what we did tonight for sure.
And, Coach, nobody was tougher in that game than Pat Connaughton, playing on an ankle he sprained at the end of the first half.
Fabulous. I don't know if we have a tougher student athlete at Notre Dame than Pat Connaughton. He did a little bit of everything, and we certainly needed it. 16 points, 14 rebounds for Pat. Of course, not even the first overtime would have occurred without the heroics of Jaren Grant in the final minutes of regulation. As we go to break, here's another look at the 12 points Grant scored in just 29 seconds to tie the game and send it into overtime.
Into Grant, around a screen from Zach August. Grant over the midcourt stripe. Grant stops and pops. Running three is good. His first field goal of the game. That makes it 56-51 with 44.2 seconds left. Grant over the midcourt stripe. Grant around a screen from August. Grant now takes the three and knocks another one down. 58-54. Here comes Grant again. Grant over the midcourt stripe. Grant, another three on the way. Another three is down for Jaren Grant. 60-57. Second free throw, Jang, is on the way, and it is no good. Rebound Connaughton. Off to Grant. Here comes Grant. Grant spinning over midcourt. Grant behind his back being double teamed. Grant drives the lane, lays it off the glass and in, and he's fouled. The basket counts, and he's fouled. Jaren Grant could go to the line to tie the game. Grant at the line, the free throw is good. We are tied at 60. 15 seconds left. Around the screen, Siva between his legs, left side of the lane, throws it inside the Jeng. The ball is loose, and we go to overtime again.
Coach, following the historic win over Louisville, the DePaul was a classic trap game. But after kind of a slow start, you built a 14-point first-half lead.
I really liked how we came out. I was worried about us physically. I was worried about us mentally. I thought for the most part we had handled things, and we got off to a good start. Coach Kelly was in the house. It was good to have him there, sitting right across from our bench. But we did get off to a good start. Eric with a step back right there, and we were feeling pretty good offensively. Pat Connaughton with a corner three. There's our big guys on the board. This is one thing we've stressed. Our bigs getting on the offensive board. We get an extra possession. How about this pass by our point guard? Just when you think you can relax, he finds somebody and threads the needle. Zach August off the bench. The Sherman-August substitution, we platoon those big guys. I think I like what that looks like. Zach again with another role. He continues to give us really good energy off the bench, as does Garrick Sherman. Cam with a little out of bounds under, and he sticks it. And I think Cam has become a very, very good player for us here now and a more confident player. What a drive and dish, Garrick Sherman giving us stuff off the bench and picking up where he left off. I like this shot for Jack Cooley, and Cam really finds him on a drive and pitch back situation. Ball screen, Jaren looking for it, steps back. I like that he's shooting behind ball screens. There's 45, keeping it alive, and Cam Bishad sticks it. What a great pass by Eric right there, just finding Cam. I like when Jaren does it. We've been trying to get him to do this. Shoot behind the ball screen when they go under that thing. I think that's something he has to look for. How about that pass? How about the ball handling in that situation? Our two guards to Jack, big possession right there. But we're in a dogfight. This thing gets to be a dogfight. You know, they get confident, they get some steals, we turn it over, they go the length of the court. Cleveland Melvin was flat out fabulous, sticking 15-foot jump shots off the ground. And then right here, they stick this three, and they're up three. Now here we go again. We're in another one, game situations. I don't think it's ever going to be easy for our team. Great keeping it alive by our big guys. This is a big, big shot right there to find him and stick a three. Great defense by Tom Knight in that possession, you know, to not let them go up two. We're playing for the win right here. We go to Jaren. You know, he takes a tough one over the top, you know, maybe hit a little bit on the elbow, but you're probably not getting that call. And we're right back where we thought we were, overtime. But I loved our focus coming out in overtime. Jaren finds Eric, and we do a heck of a job focusing in overtime. We run some sets right here. They cheat on it. This is a big-time shot to give us breathing room. Great skip pass by Jaren. We escape with another overtime win. And this is as big a win as Saturday night for us to bounce back and get another league win.
In some ways, maybe even bigger. And as you look at the final stats, it shows an overall outstanding shooting performance by your team and some positive carryover from the Louisville game, especially in the case of Jaren Grant, who scored a team-high 21.
Now, I thought for Jaren, Saturday night jump-started him into looking for his shot and being more aggressive, and we're going to need that from him the rest of the way.
Who do you think earned a shot at running this week's Notre Dame Basketball Fast Break? Of course it's Jaren Grant. The Fast Break and this week's Ask Coach Bray question are coming up right after this short timeout.
We love seeing you at Bank of America.
But we know you want to be able to bank wherever you are.
Bank of America Mobile Banking lets you bank on your schedule.
Now you can securely deposit checks you get right away
with your smartphone camera. Watch this.
It doesn't get more convenient than that. See? Success.
It's amazing.
Check balances, pay bills,
and much, much more.
Right here.
Bank on your schedule and deposit checks on the go. Download the Bank of America mobile banking app today.
I need to get back to work.
3, 2, 1.
It's hard to call it radio when it's this out of the box.
Listen to that. Man, you know just what to say.
You might be a redneck.
Fox News alert on several dramatic new developments.
Frank Sinatra.
You're a delightful audience. Let's go to Margaritaville, to the 10, to the 5, touchdown.
This is satellite radio. Welcome to Sirius XM.
It is time now for this week's Ask Coach Bray question presented by CBTS. This week's question comes from David Walters of Anaheim, California. David asks, Coach, given all your success with the team this season, what is it about this team that keeps them doing so well in the midst of the adversity they have had to overcome this season?
Well, that's a heck of a question, David, and I would point right to our leadership and our captains. Jack Cooley, Scott Martin, even though he's hurt being a leader, Joey Brooks, Mike Brohammer. We have seniors, Eric Atkins. You know, I just think our leadership has been such a key, and the maturity of this group.
After scoring 12 points in just 29 seconds against Louisville, you know Jaren Grant will have no problems when we give him an entire minute to answer our questions on this week's Inside Notre Dame Basketball Fast Break.
First car you ever drove?
A Jeep.
Do you have a celebrity crush?
Yes, Rihanna.
Favorite part of practice?
When we get to play against each other.
Worst part of practice?
Defense.
Player on the team most like you?
Eric likes to be like me.
Food you like to eat before every game?
Chicken fingers.
Big East team you look forward to playing the most?
Syracuse.
Favorite Notre Dame game day uniform?
The black jerseys are pretty nice.
Best thing about playing in Purcell Pavilion?
When the crowd gets hype.
Coach Bray's game day attire. Which do you like better, mock tee or open collared shirt?
Whichever one that we win in.
Best defender on the team?
Not Cam Bisha.
Best dresser on the team?
Not Eric Atkins.
Worst dresser on the team?
Jack.
Best singer on the team?
Zach.
Worst singer on the team?
Eric.
Free throw contest. Who wins, you or Coach Bray?
I would win.
That's a poised young man.
That's a confident guy. Those are great answers. He busted his teammates out. I'm so proud of him and the progress he's made. And, man, is he a key guy for us as we head down the stretch.
Oh, yeah, critical. Another challenging weekend awaits the Irish. We'll talk about it right after this timeout.
Well, if it isn't Mr. Margin.
Mr. Margin?
Oh, don't be modest, Bob. You found a better way to pack a bowling ball.
That was UPS.
Who called UPS? You did, Bob.
I just asked the question.
It takes a long time to pack a bowling ball. The last guy pitched more ball packers. But you consulted UPS. You found a better way.
That's logistics.
That's Margin. Find out what else UPS knows.
I'll do that.
You're on a roll.
That's funny.
I wasn't being funny, Bob.
I know.
I definitely feel like there's a family feeling.
They all know my name.
You're working with somebody who has your best interest at heart.
Pretty much like a brother and sister would take care of their siblings.
You go down to the same branch, you see the same people, you get to know people.
They're just more human.
People are looking to take care of you and not just use you.
I don't know that a bank would have gone to bat for us.
I'm one of their first customers ever, and I'm one of the happiest.
I'm a member.
Notre Dame Federal Credit Union. Come home.
I feel very safe with Notre Dame Federal Credit Union.
You know, it's hard to believe, but you're about to embark on your 7th Saturday-Monday turnaround of the season and 5th in the Big East Conference.
Well, and they're always tough when they're on the road. We've got both on the road. We got a heck of a challenge against a Providence team today who's energized and playing very well and have 2 great guards. And then you got to turn around on Big Monday and go to Pittsburgh and play the hottest team in the league. So big challenge for our team, but I think we're up to it.
And Pittsburgh's, right now, they're playing 10 guys. They're pressing you the whole game. Just 48 hours later. Yeah. Hard.
It's hard because we've just played a bunch of overtime games, so getting our rest after the Providence game is really going to be a key.
And folks, that will do it for this week's edition of Inside Notre Dame Basketball. Next week, we of course will have all the highlights of the Providence and Pittsburgh game. Coach, thank you so much.
Good to be with you.
And fans, thank you for watching, and as always, go Irish.
Inside Notre Dame Basketball with Mike Bray has been brought to you by Team Notre Dame members Adidas, Gatorade, McDonald's, Coca-Cola, Sprint, and Xerox. Inside Notre Dame Basketball is also sponsored by Bank of America, Xfinity from Comcast, Mazda, Meyer, Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, Sirius XM Satellite Radio, and UPS.